Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Let's Talk Sprintcars. Con Migro and Graeme Sinden with you, and a big show we've got, Con.
Good to be with you once again, Graeme, and at long last I think we're going to get warmer weather, not hot weather, but getting warmer weather. And so the summer started brilliantly for us, and a big show ahead tonight. Wow, where do we start?
Well, where do we start, Con? I'm going to start with this. Congratulations on your 60th wedding anniversary to your beautiful wife, Linda.
Good on you, mate.
Con, I sincerely do say congratulations, because you couldn't have done all that you've done in Speedway without having a wife like Linda beside you, behind you, with you, to achieve what you did for Speedway in Western Australia, well, in Australia and around the world.
Yeah, we've got a couple of beautiful sons and some beautiful grandchildren. Our life, if I lived it again, I couldn't possibly change it. And I know for sure that if I didn't have Linda with me, that I wouldn't have been able to achieve a quarter of things, because it's demanded a lot of my personal time, and she sometimes was a little bit of a Speedway widow, as they say.
Well, Con, I can see why you snapped her up, but I'm still struggling. I think she needed to go to Specsavers.
Yeah, well, I think that's the breaks, unfortunately.
Con, coming up tonight after all of frivolity, but although I did say it in sincerity, congratulations. WA Sprint Car Championship tonight, what a show.
It's going to be a ripper. 34 cars have nominated tonight, including 4 interstate or international drivers. Brock Searfoss is back. We welcome Brock's wife. She's made the trip to Australia this year for the first time, and he'll be driving for the Sean Curran team. You've got Luke Oldfield from Queensland, Jai Corbett from Queensland, and Justin Whittle from the USA driving the 21 car, which was a brand new car that J&A Drilling are putting on the racetrack. And that was originally the drive it was meant to be for Caden Manders. So a little bit of background, but this young man is coming into a very, very good team.
Now, all 4 of those drivers, Con, no strangers to Perth Motorplex here. Brock Searfoss from USA and Justin Whittle from USA, been here before, competed well, and Luke Oldfield, Jai Corbett, both Queenslanders, have performed very well on the Perth Motorplex track.
Well, when you look at this field tonight, Graeme, and there are 20 people that could easily greet the checkered flag first and win it, and you could say they're worthy people of it. This just shows you how strong the division is. And the other 14, if they get up, it won't be a fluke, because I can tell you now, and when you saw the last show, there was something like 15 cars were within a couple of seconds of qualifying time. So, wow, we are in for a smorgasbord of some world-class sprint car racing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's have a look at the field for tonight, Con. There's all the usual suspects in there, but we welcome back Andrew Priolo tonight in the number 8 car. Great competitor, and it's good to have him back in the field, isn't it?
Very much so. Cameron McKenzie, the young man who's been driving a wingless car a couple of times and a 360, he's back in the field. And, of course, there's a long list of people there that we all know. Chad Pittard is back tonight. He had to go to a wedding the last time we raced here, and
absolutely
we can't believe that. Fancy getting married on a Speedway night.
Yeah, welcome back, Chad. Matthew Cross, we welcome him back as well, because in 2 events he's torn up 2 cars big time. And unfortunately for Matt, he put a new engine in that car this year, and it's really a rocket ship. So we're hoping he's got the bad luck out of the way now. He can get amongst it.
Yeah, and another drive that we also see tonight, Ryan Bomber Lancaster, brand new motor in the car last time out, and he was very prominent. He was high up in the qualifying period and got knocked out through no fault of his own. But that's just how tough the game is at the moment. So we wish him all the best, because I think it's about time, or it won't be long before he does record something pretty special.
And Chris Coyle, he's back amongst the points now after a disaster in his first night out. No fault of his own again. And as you said, Bomber Lancaster, he's been impressive this season.
Yes, he has. When you look at Dayne, Kingshott and Callum Williamson, both equal of 590, and then you've got Taylor Milling with a 556. Look, 80 points or so separate 1 from 10. So that just shows you how close the competition is for the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Driver of the Year Award for 2025-26.
It's good to see Daniel Harding back amongst the points up in the pointy end.
Yeah.
And Michael Keane still holds his 6th place there. Jason Kendrick doing well this season. Chris Coyle, as I say, back amongst the points after a bit of a disaster first time out. James Inglis, good to see him climbing up into the top 10, as is Jason Pride.
Yes, so as I say, it's a very strong sprint car division at the Motorplex, and tonight is going to be no exception. We did an interview during the week with Dayne Kingshott for radio, and he was saying that just about every Saturday night now when you race at the Motorplex is a big one.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll hear from Dayne in a short while. In the meantime, just have a quick look at this Buoyant Sellers Sprintcar Driver of the Year in conjunction with the Spirit of Speedway on SEN Radio, one of the radio shows that we do, Con. And we'll just have a flick over if we can. Let's have a look. We'll flick over, and there's the points. We didn't have any racing last time out. So Callum Williamson leads on 23 points, Dayne Kingshott 19, and Daniel Harding on 5.
Yep, so that's a brilliant award. It's coming up our way, and there's some nice incentives. We've got the Michael Figliomiameni Award. You've got $1,000 from Assured Learning, and the Burn-Up Sellers is a case of champagne, and Kinchrome have a magnificent award, which is I know that every self-respecting race car driver would love to have in his transporter.
Absolutely. Con, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, our special guest, Dayne Kingshott. Don't go away.
At Maddington Toyota, we're all about great deals, value, quality and service. Head to our website for quality new, demo and pre-owned vehicles with videos so you can find your perfect car. We can organise the details by phone and email and deliver the car right to you. Check out the entire Toyota range, plus a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all backed by our real commitment to great service. Maddington Toyota, great deals and great service. Oh, what a feeling.
Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
We welcome you to the Perth Motorplex here on 7.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with high limit racing.
Kyle Larson is a $100,000 sprinter and wins the High Limits International Sprint Cars here at the Perth Motorplex.
Probably one of the top 3 best facilities, best racetracks. It might even be the best.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sprint Cars right here at the Perth Motorplex. During the week, we caught up with Dayne Kingshott in his office, and we welcome him to the program now. Here's Dayne. Our special guest on Let's Talk Sprint Cars, Dayne Kingshott. Welcome to the program, Dayne.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here, guys.
It's great to have you, Dayne. We're very excited about what you've been doing so far this year. 2 big wins at the Perth Motorplex. Then you went across the desert to Timber Speedway, a track that you'd only read about but never had seen before, and you creamed them. You won the big A main there, so 3 out of 4 is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely good, and we were obviously pretty good that first night in Perth here as well. So, no, it's been a really good start to the season, and typical Speedway though, we went to Adelaide and got our butts kicked there. So it's the highs and lows of it, but yeah, we're working pretty hard to keep getting better, and yeah, hopefully it keeps paying off.
Dayne, we'll get back to Adelaide in a moment, but your season so far at the Perth Motorplex, I mean, you had 3 events there and you've won 2 features. I mean, that's a good start to the season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it only gets tougher from this point into the season at Perth, so it's good to click off a couple early, and yeah, I don't know when, how hard the next one will be to get around here at the moment. So anytime we win in Perth at the moment, it's a big deal, and yeah, we're happy to start the season the way we have.
But mind you, it does send a message to your opposition to say that you're the yardstick, and like last year you won 4 feature races. This year you've won 3 virtually, but you've won 2 at Perth, and we're only a fraction into the season, so all's looking good for you for the Sprint Car Engine Group's award by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. It's exactly how we started last season. We ran 5th the first night and then won the next 2. So it's actually identical. But yeah, hopefully we can keep the ball rolling. I feel like we're a little better again this year than what we were last year, which is, the aim of the game to keep getting better. So yeah, hopefully we can keep the ball rolling here and hopefully tick off some big wins around, Christmas time.
Dayne, you were a former Australian speed car champion, and we've spoken about that before, but do you ever miss racing a speed car? And have you ever thought of maybe sometimes on a race night have a crack at the sprint car and a speed car if the opportunity come your way?
It's funny you ask. I get asked that a lot. In all honesty, I love the speed cars, but sprint cars is what I always wanted to do my entire life. I obviously we didn't have the budget to run a sprint car. Well, we didn't have a budget to run a speed car, to be honest, but we made it work somehow. But sprint cars was just never really on the horizon for me without getting a ride. So now that I have, and I'm in, the best team in the country, the speed cars, I still love watching them. I watch them on flow, I watch them when I'm at the track or whatever, but at this point in my career, it just doesn't interest me one bit. Sprint cars is where it's at for me, and that's what I really want to focus on getting better at.
Dayne, December the 6th, coming up Saturday night, the WA Sprint Car Championship. You've been there and done that before. This year, the Brock Searfoss and Justin Whittle, the USA guys in the field, and Oldfield, I should say, and Jai Corbett, 4 international, and most of them are international drivers, aren't they?
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't get any easier, does it? It's, we don't really have club shows as such in Perth anymore. There's always international or interstate drivers coming, and not to mention that you've still got to race against Callum Williamson, who's probably the best around the Motorplex as it is. So it's just a tough gig at the moment, and even the local guys are getting better and better every year. And it doesn't. At the end of the day, we just turn up to the track and we've got to beat everyone there on the night, and it doesn't really matter who that is. It's just, we'll go and try and put our best foot forward and have a solid night.
Now, when you were a young guy growing up and you said you wanted to be a sprint car driver, but did you ever dream that you'd get a ride in the number 1 sprint car team in the nation?
No, not at all. No, I still pinch myself daily about it, to think that I'm driving for Cricket Motorsports, but also to be successful so far with Cricket Motorsports. It's amazing I always had confidence in my ability, but that doesn't get you everywhere. You still need a bit of luck and good timing and to get yourself into the position to showcase your talent. So like I say, it's I've always had confidence in my ability, but that doesn't get you to the end goal. So I'm just lucky to be in the position I'm in and trying to take the opportunity with both hands and make it work.
I know Graeme and I are a big rap for you because we have watched your career with a tremendous amount of success for each, but you've done it so well, and we're bloody proud of what you've done. It's just amazing, really. It's a tough gig to race sprint cars, and I don't think we've ever seen sprint cars stronger in Western Australia ever as we are at this current period in our history.
Yeah, like I say, I think it's just the fact that we don't, there's no such thing as a club race in Perth anymore. It's just every race meeting is. It doesn't matter, people ask, what's the best event to win? I just don't think it matters. Just winning an event in Perth at the moment is amazing. So, or anywhere in the country, to go with that. But, it's tough. It's so tough at the moment. You can have a bad night and run 15th. Like, that's just, and sometimes that's a good night for some, it's just one of those deals in Perth at the moment. It's definitely the mecca of sprint car racing in the country. And I think the quality of our competition is showing that now as well. I think a lot of our best guys can stand up anywhere in the country, and it's just cool to be a part of in this time, that's for sure.
Dayne, you race around the Perth Motorplex, fast-flowing bank clay track, 500 metres, and then you go across to the East Coast and some bull rings. Is it harder to adjust to going from a big track to a small track, or the other way around?
I think it's just different. Everyone has that adjustment period, I think. I think the guys that race smaller tracks that come to Perth, struggle for a bit until they get their head around how it works. The cars just race so differently. And then obviously we struggle when we go to smaller tracks racing from Perth all the time. So I think it's just an adjustment period anyway, either way you look at it. You just need to be able to be flexible with what you do, the way you set the cars up, the way you drive the cars, it's different. But, we're working hard at that side of things as well. So I think if you just expose yourself to it, the more you expose yourself to it, the better you get at it. And that's what we're doing as a team at the moment. And, we're having some success and then we're having some failures as well, but that's all part of the learning process.
I've got an idea that we're going to have a talk to Gav next year when you go east again. We'll ask Gavin to put a sprint car show on the bike track on the infield of the Motorplex, and so you guys can hone your skills a bit more. That'd test you.
Yeah, I think that'd still be bigger than the Adelaide track.
Is that right?
Now, Dayne, talking about Adelaide track, it was very, very grippy. Most of you are on your back wheels for 3/4 of the circuit. To me, that it looks spectacular, but it's not particularly good racing. How, from a driver's point of view, how do you find it?
To be honest with you, last year we went there and we were really good. So I had a good time there, and the track felt like it raced quite well. And this year we just were absolutely nowhere. So it's one of those things we just could never really get hold of what the track was offering, and felt like we made the wrong decisions as a car every time we went out, and then as a driver as well. So it's one of those things. We had a bad couple of nights there, so it was tough for us to even really comment on what it was. I'm sure the guys at the front thought it was amazing, and that's the way the sport works. So yeah, it's I love the idea of it. I love the event. I don't think the track raced as well this year as it did the year before, but that's a learning process for those guys as well. I'm sure it's not easy to drop a track on a cricket pitch and get it perfect. So.
And did you watch the V8 supercars on the Sunday, or were you flying back home?
We were lucky enough to get a bit of a tour through the WAU garage through Mobile One and Speed Cafe on the Saturday, which was really, really cool, and got talking to a few of the guys in the team there, and that was a really good day, and opened our eyes up a little bit to the other side of motorsport and black track stuff, and then Sunday unfortunately I was flying home, but I had Wi-Fi on the plane, so I was watching a bit of it as we were going. I sort of like the way their format is this year. It was quite exciting, but not that I'd like to race it like that, but it was cool to watch.
Yeah, great. Fantastic.
Now, after the WA Sprintcar Championship, you've got an event down at Bunbury, and then, event at Albany on the 13th, and then Bunbury on the 3rd of January. So you're getting back to some small tracks, although Bunbury's not small, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be cool to venture outside of Perth a little bit this year with the Maddington Toyota Series. It's I think Albany, if they can get that place right, it'll probably race as good as anywhere in the country. Yes. Bunbury, hopefully with their new service and everything they're doing there, they can put on a good race meeting as well. And yeah, like I said, I'm just excited to get to different places, and that's hopefully, us travelling around a little bit now, me getting more experience at different racetracks is going to help me in those situations. So I'm sort of really looking forward to it. And we obviously get to go down to Albany and spend a bit of a weekend down there and have they've got a bit of a thing going on at Wilson's Brewing Co. on Friday night, and that'll be really cool. So should be a good weekend down there. And like I say, I'm just looking forward to the more racing we're doing at the moment. It's the best time of the year.
Well, hopefully by now, because it's early in the night, or tonight we win the Powerball, and we'll arrange an airfare for you, and we'll jump across to America and have a couple of skids around America next year.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get to America. It's just so hard to tee up a good ride over there. And I learned really early on in my career, if you don't have something you can win in, there's no point doing it.
Absolutely.
So, it's obviously me in my career. I would love to get over there to try and speed up the process of the learning a little bit. But in saying that too, it's tough. I've got a wife and 2 kids and full-time job and all that stuff that I have to balance as well. So if the right opportunity come up, I'd definitely jump at it. But it's not that easy, unfortunately.
Sure.
Dayne, being Bunbury based, have you had an opportunity to get along and see what Brad Blake and his team are doing with the circuit down there?
Yeah, I went out there a couple of weeks ago and saw that they dug out like the surface that they had, a couple $100 mil or something, and they were, I guess, getting ready to put the new surface in. So that was the last time I saw. But I've been keeping up to date with all the social media stuff and seeing what's going on out there. So like I say, it's obviously that's going to be a work in process as well, or in progress as well. But I think they've got Brad Blake behind it, and Jamie Oldfield setting up or curating the track. I think that's probably going to help. And hopefully they can just put on a decent racetrack so we can showcase sprint car racing down here again.
Well, tonight, mate, we wish you all the best for the big show. It's a huge event. You've got 34 cars, I think it is, and a couple of crack Americans and interstate drivers. So you're in for another torrid night tonight.
Yeah, like I say, mate, it doesn't get any easier, but that's just the way we like it. It's making us all better. So bring it on. We'll hopefully have a good night and end up towards the front there somewhere.
Dayne, Dayne, we'll leave it there for the moment. We've got plenty more Speedway to come on Let's Talk Sprint Cars here. Best wishes for tonight in the WA Sprint Car Championship, and let's hope you come out a victor.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
At Maddington Toyota, we're all about great deals, value, quality and service. Head to our website for quality new, demo and pre-owned vehicles with videos so you can find your perfect car. We can organise the details by phone and email and deliver the car right to you. Check out the entire Toyota range, plus a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all backed by our real commitment to great service. Maddington Toyota, great deals and great service. Oh, what a feeling.
Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
We welcome you to the Perth Motorplex here on 7.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with high limit racing.
Kyle Larson is a $100,000 sprinter and wins the High Limits International Sprint Cars here at the Perth Motorplex.
Probably one of the top 3 best facilities, best racetracks. It might even be the best.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sprint Cars right here at the Perth Motorplex. Good to have Dayne Kingshott on the program, Con.
Very impressive young man, and I know he'd be pretty nervous at the moment because it's not long before he'll be out there in combat. But we're both looking forward to that. I'm probably just about as nervous as the drivers.
Well, it'll be a big event, Con. I mean, this is probably the strongest field we've had all year, and that's saying something because the fields have been really, really good, haven't they?
They have been, and probably what we're going through in West Australia at the moment, they're probably the strongest fields ever as far as state and local events are concerned. Of course, we've run Australian titles in the past. The crowds have been, the car count's been bigger, but they've been made up with a lot of interstate drivers and travellers.
Well, talking about big fields and quality fields, Con, there won't be any better field anywhere in Australia than High Limit International when it comes to town.
No, it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a who's who in the world of sprint car racing. We've got the top drivers in the world, and you can probably go through the list, Graeme.
Well, here they are. Con, Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Corey Day and Buddy Coforth.
Yes, Carmen Macedo, Cole Macedo, Aaron Ritzel, Justin Woodall, Brock Zierfoss and Xavier Dayne. So there's 11 visitors that are coming here, and I believe that Jock Yudya will join the crew in time for that. So that's the 27th, 28th and 29th, 28th, 29th and 30th. I'll get it right, Con. Anyway, you know what I mean, 28th, 29th, 30. December. Be there.
Yes, indeed. Bring someone to hold on to as well, Con. It'll be a special event. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it, and just let's have a little look. We've had a look at this before last time out. Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, High Limit International there, and if we just turn the page, a brilliant field, Con. Yes. It doesn't get any better than that. I don't know a lot about Xavier Dayne, but apparently he's a hot shot as well.
Well, I suppose when you look at it, they're coming across the Perth. I'm going to go with my old age saying they don't come over here for the weather. Yes, of course they're going to enjoy it because it's snowing and raining back in America, but they come over because they genuinely believe in their heart that they can win. And every one of those guys that are in this field, they're going to say, I'm going to win this event. They don't even worry about who runs second or what, because they say second is the first of the losers.
That's it. So there we are, Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, and if we just turn the page on that, Buddy Coforth and Carson Macedo will be driving, as you said, the J&S drilling car. A very fast car. I understand he's refreshed the thing and it's almost brand new.
Yep, it is a new motor, the whole lot, but these guys are rock stars. In America, they're really gaining a tremendous amount of publicity. And Kyle Larson's probably the reason because of that. He's running a NASCAR. He's the NASCAR champion of America. And he's appearing on TV shows. He's going into various parts of the world that motor racing drivers have never gone before. And that's fantastic. He's only a young man, 31, and the highest paid race car driver in America.
Well, on the screen now, Con, a picture of last year's High Limit International. What a stellar field that was. Big crowds, huge crowds, and it was just so good. And this field and this year is even better, $110,000 to win.
Yes, we'll feel the ground pound that night.
Now, Con, probably important for us to mention, because time's getting close now, that we need to talk about camping at the Perth Motorplex if you want to be part of that Christmas Boxing Day Speed Week High Limit International series.
Yes, it will be very much important because of camping was there. We've got Dayne Tubberchub Rab Joan. He's looking after that area for Gavin. And to date, there's something like 80 caravans are going to come down. And so if you want to get in from Monday in business hours, ring the Motorplex, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you with getting a good camping site.
Now, Con, how good is this if I go to this for us, the Racing Drivers Association of WA anointed Peter Roebuck with a Hall of Fame award. How good is that for Peter?
Well, I couldn't think of anyone better. He's been a wonderful servant to the sport of Speedway, and when you look at it, the young man has poured a lot of his heart into it, and he's got a wonderful catalogue of photos that goes back over 60 years. And sometimes when books are being written, no matter we're in Australia, they ring Peter, and he's the man that gets the photography or get the photos for the books.
Well, there he is, Peter Roebuck, Hall of Fame recipient. And that Hall of Fame is, in fact, for his photography, not for his jokes.
No, thank God for that.
A bit unkind to Peter. He's a lovely man, and we just love having him around us at Motorplex and others. He goes over all around the state, doesn't he?
Of course, yeah.
And, of course, Con, I also wanted to just quickly press on this because it's soon that we're going down to Bunbury to race, and the work that Brad and his team have been doing down at Bunbury is just sensational.
Well, from Gavin and the team of the Motorplex, all we can do is wish Brad and his team down at Bunbury with Jamie Oldfield all the very best. They've put a huge effort into getting this track ready, and we all know it's been pretty tough the last couple of years. The track surface hasn't been to the liking of a lot of competitors. Well, they've taken the big plunge and they've got the thing up and running, and they run on the 3rd of January. That's their first show, and we wish them all the very best.
Yes, indeed, Con. It'll be a good show down there, as it will be in Albany on the 13th of December. So get your tickets booked for all of these things, camping, Bunbury, Albany. It's a great time for Speedway, Con, isn't it?
Yes, the most exciting time of the year.
All right. Well, that's our bloomin' lot for this week. A busy show. It's great to have Dayne Kingshott with us and join us. So I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll do it all again next time we're down here at the Perth Motorplex.
Thanks, Graeme.
Bye for now.